Already, you know, Titik Shukurbu also, who has the cards, the big cards in London. He's the main organizer for Graph Theatre in Europe. So we were just discussing in Spain in ELM meeting. Anybody goes to ELM meetings? European leaders meeting for the that is every year in October. Nobody goes.
You don't go every time?
I've been there once. I couldn't make it this year.
Yeah, next time. So yeah, we hope that every year the ELM meetings will be funded by European Union, so the leaders can come there. Travel expense could be covered and push out on accommodation. It was funded in 2013 in Bangladesh, so we hope next year we will be down it will get funding. I pray and I hope that we can get together and write things with the leadership. With the theatre, I can assist in some way, and we'll see what happens. So far we've acquired nearly €500,000 in 2 years for all the projects in Europe by European funding. And, it's mainly about exchanging good practice, non-formal learning, education, things like that. We've published several books of Bhakti Matakur and other authors in Poland with this funding. The project is called Pre-Slavic Culture and Literature Study. It's like just the name of the project. Maybe it's too complex for understanding. And one, as I said before, the other project is Pizza Effect. Then we have recycling yourself projects, but ecology, health, lifestyle, well-being, but it's too little for the back of time. Yes. How many devotees are in Copenhagen?
We come from another city just for the festival. That's why.
How many in Copenhagen? How many are there?
We are like 12 living in the temple, and then there's a lot of devotees around nearby. We have like houses and
like you? And you don't have a restaurant or anything like that?
a little takeaway.
You have a takeaway in the city center or here?
Yeah, in the city center.
Okay, beautiful. Nice. So maybe you could plan for a Food for Life restaurant and get it from the municipality. This is what we did in Slovenia. We applied for and we got a free place, free kitchen, and now we're distributing from there. We have in Ljubljana, we have a restaurant called Linda's Pizzeria Holy Food, a Bliss Burger place, like a vegan place, breaking that burgers, the kebab, Happy Dog, all these things. And I'm talking about this so we will all get enthused to come to Slovenia. And then we have 2 caterings, devotee caterings, and now we're having a Food for Life kitchen. And we're trying to get another Food for Life kitchen, so we're going to have some 7 places. If you come to Ljubljana, you can have a special prashada pilgrimage. There you go. Joy! And usually devotees can't visit all because it's too complex and not enough time. But if you come for a week or 2, you can visit all the places and have nice prashada. We have beautiful Panchatattva lilies that came on altar in 2001. They're really special, and we have 2 temples more. We have Maribor Temple and the Lingava Temple. So there's 3 temples in Slovenia. And we have a lot of Brahmahatas, Bhakti Sanghas, and we have a lot of European-funded preaching. It's called Wisdom of the East. So we have a series of Bhagavad Gita-based lectures, 9 weeks, once a week, at university or schools or in wherever. And then it's a series, and at the end of the 9th course, the last one is you will learn how to chant, and if you want, you can become a member of a sangha and like that. So we have like that. So we can also share this with you if you want, and we can utilize it here in the future. Devotees were just last weekend in Ireland, in Dublin, Eastern Dublin, and they all met together from Poland, from Netherlands, Slovenia, Hungary. They all went there. It's like a partnership. So we went there and they learn about, how to exchange this and that. We have also other programs like cooking courses we do and things like that. So this way we include. We also, once with Slovenian president, we do a lot of projects that are supported by the government, but also the Slovenian president we were, and all the ambassadors we were painting kindergarten, all the, the outside you have these toys, but things where children play on. So we were painting all these things with ambassadors and with Prashad. We do things like that. So it's very nice.
Is there a team of devotees doing this together, like the contact with the European government?
Yes, we have a Master Consultancy Europe. It's a consultancy team. We have 9 devotees. And we also have devotees. We have 9 devotees and 6 experts, external experts who are not devotees, but are sympathetical.
Okay.
And we provide services for that, yes.
Okay. So they're based where?
We are based in Ljubljana, Budapest, and Brussels.
Okay.
But we have experts from Oxford and Berlin and also other places.
Okay.
We have some, there's around 150 Vaishnava organizations, ISKCON friendly organization, Food for Lives across Europe that we are cooperating from different, different temples, different projects, different NGOs. You know what an NGO is, a non-governmental organization, or charities, like Food for All in London, or Lotus Trust, Ahimsa Project. There's a lot across Europe. Like that. And we have a lot of, how shall I say, we have a lot of hiccups in the start because we're starting, so it's not like a smooth ride always. When you apply for the first year, almost we only got 1 or 2 projects accepted. But then, a lot of rejections were there. Then the next year we got majority of the projects accepted. And then this year we applied so far we applied for more than 100 projects, but the application and the results we got for around 86% was successful. You know Pandavasena? Anybody knows Pandavasena from London? The youth
The group of young?
Yeah, so they have youth exchanges. Every year they go somewhere on a youth exchange, on a retreat. Last year they went to Italy, to Villa, so they got 20,000 euros to go there. And this year they went to Spain, and they invited devotees from France, Italy, and Spain. And so the 4 countries, they got together and they applied and they got the funding to go to Spain. They got 20,000 something. Awesome. So there's youth in Denmark, Vaishnava youth, between 13 and 30. So how old are you?
22. This Friday.
22? This Friday.
This body.
Oh, this body. Yes. So you are eligible, and you could combine and connect other brahmacharis that are also here and other devotees, and you can, meet in other areas. It's thought, you like hot places, not cold.
Obviously.
Yeah. So you let's say you're gonna go to Tenerife, or maybe to Spain, to Rajamandala, or Villa Vindava. And so you connect with the devotees there, and the brahmacharis from Bhaktivedanta, and you get together and learn about cultures. You present the Danish cooking, the Danish lifestyle, things like that. And the devotees from Bhaktivedanta, they present the British style, and then the Italians present the Italian style, like that. And you can get funny together, and get together. Of course, not all the time you're gonna just do that. You can also have Srimad Bhagavatam class, you can have, normal things that you would do in the morning, but they're not part of the official program. Then you can do them, it's not a problem. And you can also have you can go and paintball, or have Harinam in Florence, I'm just giving examples here. And all like that. And this we can do together. But of course, for that we need administrators, we need some legal things, you need to have a legal entity, you have, or a non-formal group at least, you have to have some type of organizational structure. Because if there's an organization, there's some need for that in order to apply. They have to know which bank account to give you the funding, that you have to take care of each funding that you spend, Lakshmi, you have the receipts, invoices, that everything is reported, all these things, of course, it's not just they give you Lakshmi out of the sky. But it is an opportunity. Or, there's, I'll give you an example. How many kids are here? Devoted kids. Do they have a school? Vaishnava school? In Bhaktivedanta Manor they have a school, primary school. So what they're trying to do now is to have a chess tournament for the children, chess, and exchange with other youth in chess. Chess tournaments and to prepare things, strategic thinking and other things, for children, different things for children. And this is also, they're trying to obtain funding for that. And then there is, let's say you have some experts, you are an expert in publishing, let's say, I'm just saying, and you have a BBT in Denmark, and you want to learn more about publishing, marketing, publishing, ebooks, things like that. Anybody knows Rupa Sanatan Prabhu from BBT? In Dutch BBT? I'm just giving examples. So let's say you want to meet him, yeah? He's an expert in editing and ebooks. So you say, I'm here from Denmark, and I'm going to study visit to Belgium for 5 days to learn about this. So you can get the funding to go there and learn about it. Or let's say you want to learn about cooking. So you want to learn from an expert cook. So we invite Sanatan Dharma Prabhu from Mauritius, or we invite some really expert cooks and something. And maybe ladies want to learn more about cooking, or I don't know, I'm just giving examples. And and then you go to that place where we want to learn about Danish cooking. I don't know about Danish.
It's not worth it.
There's no
Yeah.
Maybe.
Polish.
Yeah, okay.
Something you can learn, Or I'm giving you an example. Let's say you have this takeaway here, the Prashad takeaway, and you heard about Slovenia. The Konidas just said it in the said on the class, there's 7 places. So you can do a job shadowing, and you come to Slovenia and learn about all the systems, how, about business, entrepreneurship, marketing, all these systems. You come for 2 weeks in Slovenia, and they give you money for that. They give you travel expense to come to Slovenia, for 2 people, for accommodation and prashad. It's all possible. And then, you want to get investment for opening a new, Food for Life restaurant. And we go to the mayor, we say to the mayor, look, Slovenian, Ljubljana mayor, he gives us for free, why don't you give us for free? You're part of Big Food for Life, and he will give you a free kitchen and that in the city center with the small restaurant space or something. And then you go to the Ministry of Health in Denmark, and you ask them, why don't you give us funding so we can teach people how to eat healthily? This is what we did, and we got 10,000 euros in Slovenia for Food for Life directly. So they give us funding, how to teach people how to cook, people that don't have big wallets, the people that have smaller wallets, so they have less funding in their life. They may be poorer, or they have socially privileged or something like that. So we made special healthy diets, healthy cooking, with a focus on people that are not rich, but then you can still eat healthily. Menus, nutritionists, we invited nutritionists like that, and we made special courses on that. So for that we got funding from the Ministry of Health. There's a lot of things you can do. It's a nice way for, maybe not for a brahmachari in the temple. It would be a burden for you, but maybe for grihastas or leaders that can, get things going. You can really know the nice things, especially because this knowledge is already there. This is something we can. That's why Prabhupada really is to exchange knowledge. I remember Shiva Swami, my spiritual master, he was sent to London in, I think, 1972 to teach devotees how to do book distribution. Because they didn't know exactly. So, you know, like that, you can learn. And, Hare Krishna. So, yeah, I'm happy that I'll be able to serve you in any capacity that I'll be happy to do that. I think, you know, that by 2020, we hope to have, my wish was that every European would get prasad in the human body. So that's the goal for Food for Life. Not only once, but at least once. Imagine that, huh? Every European would get prasad. So I'll stop here with my Srimad Bhagavatam class. Thank everyone. If there are any questions, any comments, or anything else. I'm here probably till tomorrow. Also, if anyone wants to speak to me. Yes.
This is not to shoot anything down, but just a clarifying question. I was just thinking, Srila Prabhupada, he writes in one purport that one thing that shortens the lifespan of the living entity is artificial dependence on another's mercy. So is this not kind of like letting ISKCON depend on the mercy of the EU?
Yes, this is a good question. Sometimes, you know, devotees would say this is lottery or this is sinful money, you know. Also, you know. But to reference this it shortens the lifespan. Srila Prabhupada mentions in commentary of Srimad Bhagavatam 4.10.12 that the state administrators and wealthy people should give for prasada distribution and propagation of Krishna consciousness. And there is a tendency sometimes that if, you know, it's a very important point, it's a subtle point, that let's say we get a lot of funding and then we have to have a sustainable way of continuing without the funding. You know? So now, you know, we can't depend on that. You know? It's not that you can, you know, you have to have, that's why the book distribution is there, prasada distribution. Just as establishing, get a startup funding from European Union, you can sustain the kitchen of Food for Life without funding. Am I right? You don't get any funding now, right?
No, not
But you know, we were just discussing last night that, you know, you've come to a level when maybe it's necessary to go a level further. So maybe we get some funding for Grihastha couple or Grihastha devotees or congregational devotees to get some, we call this a volunteer reward, you know, volunteer reward or even a wage to sustain long-term prasada distribution. Of course, this is not dependent on somebody else's mercy. It's a normal program because it's a welfare state. You know, so this is also done. In Slovenia, our General Secretary of Food for Life is funded by the government completely. So this is enabling us to make more quality programs. You know, but the basic program is all done on volunteering. You know, like that. And it's a combination of things. But yes, it's a valid question. I mean, it depends how you look at it and how you utilize it. Because there's also one more danger, that you know, your motivation is not so pure. If you do this for money, and if you're not doing this ultimately for Krishna, your motivation is not so pure. So the leaders who do this, they have to be careful about that. You know, because then, you know what happens when gold and money come. Yeah? It's quarrel, you know. There's quarrel, there's kali, enviousness, jealousy. These things come. But if we have attraction for Krishna, and with right consciousness, then you don't have that. But there's always there, you know, there's funding, there's
Well, just like in Denmark for the last 25 years, we have had 2 radio stations, and they are funded by the Ministry of Culture in Denmark.
So Krishna conscious radio stations.
Yeah. And that's actually the money that comes from the Ministry of Culture. Is the money that they get by what about it? Gambling
Yeah, lottery.
in Denmark.
Yeah, lottery funding, yeah.
So and that used. So I mean, you have to take care that it's not going to be like a sleeping pill. So you don't do anything just for the money, but it can open a lot of doors and help with a lot of things if you know how to use them.
Yeah.
I think it's.
My question was also more like, so whatever is funded, that is like additional preaching, but like just for maintaining and surviving, you can like.
Well, it really depends how you look at it, you know, and how you put the, you know, budget of temple. You know, how did this temple start? You know, also from donations from your own endeavor, you know. So it's an intelligence, an organization that you utilize. You know, it's exactly what Prabhupada would want, because Prabhupada specifies in Srimad Bhagavatam commentary. He specified in many. If you read conversations and programs, he said, you know, they should be funded by, you know, you should fund our Sunday feast, or you should fund our programs because we're helping youth to get off drugs, you know, all these things. Of course, our preaching is a bit different now to the courageousness preaching of Prabhupada in the 1960s, 1970s, to some extent. You know, I don't think you would go to your mayor like this dressed and say, you know, because you don't have the valid program. But if in Australia they have these programs, you know, when it was completely funded by Australian government, and now they got Australian dollars in Sydney, I think, for Food for Life, and it's gone. And then in New Zealand they got a whole new kitchen. Myself, I helped obtain funding in Brisbane also for a full refurbished kitchen in Brisbane. They gave full everything new. So you know, this is, of course, you know, it's not that it's a complementary things, you know, like that. I mean, it's the same, you know, when you go to book distribution, they give you donations. You are dependent on that, but because we have this tradition, you know, it's sometimes it's good to be a little independent, so you're not kind of preaching is active, you know, because if you know that for next 3 years I'm going to get everything is taken care of, you know, I'm getting, you know, money for electricity, for everything, you know, all paid and everything. And if you're, you know, it's easier to fall in mile, you know, easier, depending on your consciousness. This is my observation. I don't know what you think, but you know, this, you know, it's something that it's a juggling. I have to know.
It can also go the opposite way. That devotees are worrying, that should be preaching, like brahmacharis, they're worrying about getting Lakshmi, collecting Lakshmi. They should be have their head free for preaching. Not so. I think it should be funded by grihastas or by grihastas doing these kind of fundings. And using the intelligence, that's part of using the intelligence.
Because, you know, brahmacharis ultimately, if you look at a temple of brahmacharis that can preach, you know, not worried that you have a big loan or big bills or something to pay, but you can really focus, study. You can really design new preaching. You know, we have a brahmachari Tata Kanchanadi Prabhu in Slovenia. He's one of the elderly brahmacharis, really like focus. He's in his 40s, and you know, every year he has a new program. He designs a new program how to attract the people. You know, like this wisdom of East. He designed wisdom of East. Then he has poetry of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Then he has a new slideshow, especially, and then he knows how to attract people first to this level, like slideshows about India, Prashad, and then you come into a circle slowly. You know, he has a Namahata. Maybe he was starting a temple. He has like 40-50 people that he takes care of individually with his brother and his team. And he knows exactly. He's like, you know, and what is my goal is like always take care of him financially. so that he has a wage, just he's taken care of nicely. And our goal is like, we taking care that, he's has European funding, we take care of him, he got European funding last year. And with this European funding, he was able to buy new plots, new plots for cooking courses, and new equipment and things like that, whatever he needs for that. So this is one of the nice examples. And of course, for grihastas, if you know that you don't have to struggle and sell paintings, I'm just giving an example from history, but you can have a normal, you can focus on food for life, for instance, and really open. I would be happy if I would come in Copenhagen and there's a beautiful windows and food for life, 2 premises, and it's all possible. I'm not saying tomorrow, but even 2 years ago when I was thinking of this and I was praying to Radha Parisishvara, I remember still now, please give me this property for food for life in Ljubljana on this address. And 2 years later, actually 1 year later, a vice mayor of Ljubljana, he called me on Dona Shingiri appearance day. He says, hello, is this Mukunda? I said, yes. I would like to give you a kitchen. So please call, Lions Club and Rotary. So he said, now I would like you to connect with Lions Club. Dona Shingiri appearance day. So he said, I would like to, you connect with Lions Club, and they are starting a kitchen.
We have our own Lions Club.
So, we can connect you, we can connect you through Lions and Rotary, to here. There's one devotee who is very high in the Rotary Club in Slovenia, and we, things like that happen, and, things can happen. And now the mayor knows about this, and the vice mayor, the other lady vice mayor, Alzheimer's disease. So there's an association for Alzheimer prevention and awareness raising for dementia. So we are cooperating very closely with Food for Life, and they always call us when they have events, and we bring prashad. So we went there, and then I walked with the vice mayor. It's a walk. It's called Walk for Memory. So we walked, and I explained everything about this Food for Life and prashad. And we have a project called Happy Cookies. This is the Happy Cookies. So we give Happy Cookies to everyone, but specifically we target children, mothers, shelters for women and children, elderly, and things like that. So now we're trying to get that they give us 3 offices, another kitchen, a lot of things. Public works, what public works are, like public funding of, I don't know how I call it. They give money for people to do something good for public. The government gives wages for people like that. Good for funding. So this is something that they do. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
This is also one of the opportunities and one of the ways you can do. And as I was saying, he called me. He said, here's the kitchen for you. Like that. And it was amazing. There are so many things like that that happen. And just by cooperation and exchanging of good practice. And if there would be no European Union, I would be never able to come here. Because this brahmachari, Tatagacharya Prabhu, his project that we got for him, paid for my trip to Brussels and to Copenhagen. And then because of the United Nations, I got funding to come to Copenhagen. So see, they all get some benefit of all the prashadam I distributed, I hope. But of course, each devotee has its own, dharma, its own varna and ashram, so you don't have different possibilities how you utilize your skills, and maybe the ladies, they will get together and get a ladies club. Exchange practice